Welcome to part 2 of the terminology in catfish farming. That is the languages that is being used in catfish farming. Number 9, fish kill. This is when large amount of fish die suddenly. When you see large amount of fish dying in your farm, it is called fish kill. Number 10, biomass. This is the total weight of fish and other life form in a particular water body. Gravid is a female fish loading with ripe eggs. Is a female fish loading with ripe eggs. Dorsal mozo, that is number 12. Dorsal mozo. Dorsal mozo is close to the backbone of the catfish. This dorsal mozo is where it is being injected. That is, the female catfish is being injected in order for their egg to ripe quickly. That is, to induce them. If this is your first time of coming across our video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Number 13, deep net. This is a deep circular or square net with a long handle for taking out dead fish or sick fish. 14, juvenile. These are fishes after the frying stage. They are about 10 to 15 centimeters long. 15, the jumpers or the shooters. These are the extremely fast-growing fishes. During the early stage of their life, they grow very fast. The archers see this a lot. They call them the shooter or the jumpers. 16, dissolved oxygen. This is the amount of oxygen in water that can support aquatic life. It is measured in ppm. That is per part million. That is by parts per million. ppm is known as parts per million. 17, turbidity. This is the degree of opacity or transparency of the water in a pond. That is the transparency or the opacity of the water. This determines the depth of sunlight penetration, which in turn determines the degree of photosynthesis. Take note of this. If sun ray cannot actually get to this very water body, in order for them to have good photosynthesis, it will reduce the amount of oxygen in that very water body. Because when photosynthesis takes place, it brings about the release of oxygen, which is being used by the aquatic life in that water body. 18, pH. This is the degree of acidity of a water body in a pond. It has a serious implication in the feeding habit and survival of the fish at any age. The ideal pH of a pond should range between 6.5 to 8. 6.5 to 8. If there is contrary to this, it will have effect on the fish. That is why we always say, don't treat your water the way you treat your water for drinking. The water that is being used for fish is treated in a different way outside the way we use it for our personal consumption. 19. Liming. These are languages you will hear all the time. This is the addition of lime, that is calcium hydroxide, to raise the pH. You know, some water, they have a high acidic content. So for you to be able to lower the pH, you add calcium hydroxide. But when we'll be discussing about liming of a pond, you'll begin to know that we have 3 stages of liming of a pond. 20. Fertilization. This is the addition of animal or poultry waste to a pond in order to generate phytoplanktons. Phytoplanktons. When we say phytoplanktons, we are talking about the growth of organisms, that is plants that will generate photosynthesis. Why it is needed? So that when you have this in your pond, they will be able to what? Be producing oxygen. 21. The phytoplanktons. These are tiny green plants life. They are tiny green plant life. It is a natural source of food for fishes. It's a natural source of food for fishes. 20, which is the last one I'm going to talk about in terms of the terminology that you will come across. Sorting table is a table for sorting fingernail. You know, when these are being done by the archers, before they said to you that is at the agro production line, they would have sorted it so that what they are giving to you, they are rhyme. The lesser one that is not big enough, they take it back to the pond, and those that have equal, almost equal size, are being counted and sold for you. So we are